Hello, Liam.
A very early good morning.
Were you on before? Were you? No.
I wasn't broadcasting or I wasn't doing anything.
Oh, okay.
It's 8:20 here in the evening now, so and I think it's not much warmer than it is with you. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
It's not hard to be cold. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, well, it's probably not as bad as you have it at the minute, but it's for May here. It's silly.
Yeah.
Um,
What kind of temperatures are you getting?
well, we're centigrade as usual. The problem being, it was I'll get up to 9 today, which isn't great.
Yeah,
Maybe it's
we're
good to,
trust me in Australia. In Australia, we're centigrade as well. So
right. So
I don't understand the 50, 60, 120, 130, blah, blah, blah. I mean,
well,
there, yeah,
that's what I grew up with. You see, that's what I was taught at school, but then they changed it all in the 70s.
yeah, right.
Um,
Yeah,
I'm a,
no, we've always been Celsius, so it's always been. I mean, yesterday I think we had a grand total of, I think it was about 12 or 13 degrees, something like that.
it's a lot.
But for a lot of it, it was started off at about, I don't know, at about 3 or so,
Yeah,
something like that, 2 or 3.
yeah. It's. I mean, we normally don't need to heat the house by the time it gets to this time of the year, but except perhaps in the evening time. But now it's on all
Yeah.
day. This is crazy. But well, I suppose it's the same everywhere. It's not as if it's just here.
No. I think you're right. But then again, I mean, it's I don't really hate the cold. My father-in-law does, but um, I don't.
Yeah. Well, I'm not. As I get older, I'm not a fan.
No,
But unless I move to somewhere else, it's not going to change, and that's not looking likely. So,
that's exactly right.
yeah, unless the lottery pays out unexpectedly or something. But uh, I wouldn't hold my breath. You never know. You never know. I mean, I hope we get some decent weather here. The weird thing was this year around St. Patrick's Day was lovely, and even
Uh,
Easter was quite nice. But now it's actually much colder now than it was at Easter. It's daft. Uh, Very strange. The planet's going all over the place. Um, you still at
my grandma.
the glider? I see.
Hey, sorry.
You were still at the glider and the McKee fighter. I watched the Jack's
Ah,
um, broadcast. So
yeah, yeah. No, I don't mind. I love getting onto these hangouts, but I feel like I repeat myself because people must watch them and stuff like that. So I think, well, I'm just going to repeat myself. But yeah, Marquis Brader, it's coming along nicely. It's taken a little while to get to this stage.
yeah,
I can tell you that because there's so many things you have to actually cut out for lighting,
uh-huh.
and it's so fiddly that you know, I'll spend hours on it. You know what I mean? Hours and hours. So days will go by, and you'll look like you've done absolutely nothing.
yeah. That's part of the reason why I'm doing an aircraft kit. I bog down in the other builds. Sometimes I spend far too much time, but I have to go back to the Star Destroyer. That's my next port of call. But I just want to try and get this thing finished, or a bit more done on it at least. Although it's not a bad kit, but it does show its age in places. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know what vintage it is. Must be. Is it written anywhere? Of course, it wouldn't be. That would be too easy to be written on the box or something. Um, nope, doesn't say it. I know Revell, I think, have re-released this a couple of times as well, but it's just the same kit with different packaging, as usual, the usual story. Um, it's what else will appear from Bandai in the Star Wars range. That's what I'm interested in seeing. But Steve the Fish.net. I don't know if you look at his stuff.
Yep.
Put up a video of the one of the big shows in Tokyo, and they had the AT-AT, the walker, the big
Hmm.
armored train and armored transport, actually walking. Now, whether that will still be the case when they release it as a kit, I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I think it will continue to walk because knowing Bandai,
yeah.
But that's the thing. I mean, I sorry. I balked one day on getting the 1/48th scale X-wing, and no more back orders. You know,
and I thought about it, and I wish I had. It's just, I think I've said to you before, every time I order something here, if it's over a certain price, I get hit for customs, it takes the goodness from the purchase in a sense, and it doesn't seem to be any sign of anyone importing them here. And if they do, it'll be prices. So
yeah,
it's a pity because it does look nice. Although a few people weren't happy with the I know Bad Grendel did a review, and I don't think he was enthralled with the sound that it makes. It is a bit
tinny,
yeah. So, well, I mean, you can do something about that hopefully, but
that's exactly right. I mean, I think people expect.
Yeah,
it's the fact that it actually opens and closes. So your X foils open and close. Your cockpit is lit up. Your engines are lit up, and the guns can fire. Now, to me, that is a godsend because I don't have to sit there and do a whole bunch of lighting because my thing is painting. I love to paint. So I'm not a great... I don't mind it. I mean, I do like the way they look, so I don't mind doing the lighting. As a matter of fact, you know, I've been talking about I was getting into Adreno and whatnot else. So it's fine, but it is a joy to be able to put something together and not have to worry about lighting.
Yes.
So
it takes so much time as well.
Yeah, it does. And I've got no problems with that, but there is an occasional time where I want something that is lit up that I don't have to light up. So that's great. And also the X foils work on it. So I would be more than happy with that, and you know, it would leave me more time to spend weathering the living daylights out of it.
It's a bit like
that was one. I was going to ask.
Sorry, not you. You broke up there. Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Sorry, I was going to ask you a question. The first day I started school, my best friend, whose name's Sean Patrick McCaffrey, and the teacher went, Sean Patrick McCaffrey, well, you wouldn't be Irish by any chance, no, would you?
Oh, dear, dear.
And he said, and there was only one sort of family of McCaffreys down here, and he said, well, he heard that McCaffrey was like Smith in Ireland. I don't know whether it is or whether it's not. I was going to ask.
Well, it's the old story. Ireland's very regional. My surname Dillon comes from Athlone, as I understand. So if you go to Athlone, there's a lot more Dillons. Here in Derry, where I live, Doherty. Well, we say Doherty, but you'd probably say Doherty. Doherty and McLaughlin would be the two names. There'd be loads of people with that surname. Another example, I know if I go about 10 miles down the road that way, it's full of Cooks, C-O-O-K-E, and what's the other one? Mullins. It's just certain areas. It's a family name, and it's just been that way. I don't know a single McCaffrey here locally. McCafferty, yes. McCaffrey, no. So it definitely sounds like a down south name rather than anywhere up in this part of the world. But it's, you know, and then you get the variations on the names where it may have been one pronunciation in Ireland, but especially in America you get this, but then you go to the States or go to Australia, and over time the pronunciation changes. It's like, how would you say Keogh?
Keogh.
That's a surname. Would you say Keogh?
I'd say Cole.
Right.
Say Cole.
Yeah. it's pronounced, and you hear it all the time in America, it's Keogh. Here where I live, it's pronounced Keogh.
How's it pronounced? Sorry.
It's in America you would hear Keogh. K-E-O-G. It's Keogh. There was a can't remember what the series was. It was a famous police series, and it was Keogh. It was a pronunciation of the name. Whereas I had neighbours when I was young, lived 2 doors away, and they were Keogh. It was pronounced Keogh. But
yeah,
it's the same as well, my surname Dillon isn't Irish. It's originally Norman, Celtic Norman, from France de Lyon. Dillon.
Okay.
Everything gets changed over time. So same with is your name? Your name is Irish.
Sorry, you're cracking up. What was that?
No, sorry. Your surname. You're Purcell.
Yep.
Sorry, no.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that was an Irish name.
Well, my grandmother is, or was, first generation out of England.
Right.
So I thought she was the Queen, you know. Yes, dear, sit lovely. That's just the way she spoke.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I know but our from my grandfather's side, that's Thomas. She reverted back to her maiden name after her husband passed away. We're actually Thomases. So Thomas or Thomas.
Right. It's an interesting one to say. I would have put you down.
And Eton.
Yeah.
So
you hear a lot of Thomases in Ireland. There's a lot of people with the surname Thomas, so it's an odd one. It's one of those things. I don't know if you've ever tried to trace your whole ancestry. No.
We've actually got. It's around at my sister's place. I'm going to have to get it. We've actually got the Purcell, or the Purcell, Eton, Thomas.
Yeah.
The whole bit. Family tree way back, and England. England and Ireland, basically.
Yeah.
That's where we sort of.
Yeah, but say if I'd been having to guess what on the surname, but that's.
Yeah.
It's an odd one, but.
Yeah.
It's also from French, meaning piglet. So there's always weird names. I've looked into it. The problem we have here is in the 1916 Rising in Dublin. What happened was, because of the fighting, all of the census records from 1851 and 1861 were burnt. So it's very difficult in Ireland to go back any distance in time at all. If you weren't a Presbyterian or something and you didn't have the church records, it's very difficult to trace your ancestry. There's so many with the same surname, unless you have a strange surname.
Well, in Australia, there are Purcells, but there are very few that are actually spelt the way ours are spelt. Very few.
Right. Yeah.
They're P-E-R-C-E-L. Ours is P-U-R-S-E-L-L. So it's a reasonably unique. Although everybody, that it doesn't matter whether you're P-R-C-L or P-U-R-S-E-L-L or C or whatever, L or blah, 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 however you spell it, everybody calls you Purcell. So.
Yeah. So long as it's not P-E-R-S-A-L.
Basil.
Well, no, that's a washing powder here. So
it's a what?
A washing powder. a detergent. Oh no, I've just given Bob trying to get in here. I wonder if he'll join us. I've given them the link.
Well, actually, the funny thing is Purcell was a clothes detergent.
Yeah,
So-
that's what I'm thinking of here. So yeah,
Well, my father's nickname was Rinso,
right.
because that was another washing detergent. So
Yes.
everyone just called it Rinso. So
Oh no, I
my
know.
father, everybody that knew my father was the biggest hearted man you ever struck.
Uh-huh.
He's just, really beautiful person. I suppose every son reckons that of his father, if have a reasonable upbringing, I suppose. But he was a particularly kind and gentle person. And everybody loved Dad. And it was, hey, how you doing, Rinso?
Oh, I know. It's like with my surname, it was that you either got the Bob Dylan reference, even though it's spelled different, or there used to be a series here called The Magic Roundabout. Was the Magic Roundabout ever in?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there was Dylan the Rabbit on that. I used to get terrible abuse about that one too, but again, spelled differently. So,
Hey guys.
Hey, happy birthday, Bob.
it's the birthday boy. Yes. Oh, I was surprised. I was surprised when you said it was a big 5-0.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I wouldn't have put you that age now.
No, you don't. I was surprised. You must have the young genes or something. It's like 50. I wasn't even expecting to be 40.
You just need to hear me go up
He
and
probably
play
doesn't
that.
drink. Well, if I had to guess, he doesn't drink. That's what it is. Sorry, Bob.
Oh, that wouldn't be quite correct, but
Well,
I don't
okay.
think it's not uncommon to see me with a pint, but
Oh,
I don't
that's
drink to excess.
same here. I know. Same. I like my pint. I was away at the weekend, my daughter's birthday, and over in England, and I had a few more than I usually have here, so which is quite nice. You can't do without a pint now and again.
Yeah.
So how's the birthday progressing?
Oh, so far, all right. I spent the morning building this little guy.
Oh, I saw that on Jack's Hangout. Yeah, it looks like a fairly accurate Corsair at the same time.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's really not bad. It's got the analog on it. And the color and everything. I mean, of course, I repainted the whole thing and everything, but even the colors of the plastic weren't bad.
Yeah.
If I were to do it again, I would scan the stickers in and print decals. But even the stickers weren't half bad.
Uh-huh. Is that? I mean, I hate the film cars. I can't stand it at all. It really annoys me for some reason. I'm not a bad Disney fan, but that film, it just doesn't gel with me at all. Is that a series of kits that are available?
Yeah, they've got from both Planes movies. They've got a set.
Yeah.
From the first Planes movie, they've got the GB. They've got that green Reno Racer.
Right.
The twin engine plane.
Yeah.
And they got the crop duster. And the F-18 will be the. I'm gonna go grab that one next time I'm at the shop.
Yeah. It's a bit like the egg planes. I don't get the egg planes either. They just don't appeal to me either. But
I kind of think they're cool. They're a little expensive for what they are, but
yeah.
They're extremely popular, and some of the things people do with them, I mean, hyper-accurizing. You're hyper-accurizing.
Yes, I've seen that, yes. This is crazy.
The big sales pitch for this is they've got that role-playing game that you can get along with it.
Okay.
Like the attack wing or whatever. So with each kit, you get your little your movement card.
Yeah.
But yeah, for what would amount to 3 pounds for this little kit, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I went and looked at this.
Well,
yeah, well, it took me about 12 hours at the time I repainted everything and everything. But yeah.
Your Phantom will take a bit longer than that.
Yeah, it'll take a little bit longer than
that. And never mind the Phantom, the B1. Wow, that's.
Oh, I was shocked when I saw that when Kenny sent me that thing.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be big, but until I opened that box and the vertical stabilizer is bigger than my hand.
Yeah. You can still get them in Europe. That they are available here, but they go for silly money. And it's such a big model.
What model's that again?
It's a B1 bomber.
B1B bomber.
148 scale, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, Keith. It's must be it's 40. Well, I can't. You did say the size on
it's
the
90,
video.
90 centimeters long, and the wingspan is 89 centimeters. You have the wings folded out.
90 centimeters long.
Yeah.
I've got one that's 60, and add that to my 30, and
yeah, it's a meter long and a meter wide.
Holy freaking dooly! It's nearly the size of a bloody table.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a coffee table plane. Yes.
Not good. Where the hell are you going to put that?
Probably down.
It doesn't fly anymore. It's not on the Air Force, is it? No.
Yeah, the B1B is. Yeah.
I wasn't sure if they still had them.
Yeah, the B1 was part of that whole Reagan Star Wars Cold War thing.
Yeah.
For the supersonic version, and they brought back the B. It's a more of a map of the Earth ground attack. It's the same plane, just it's not as fast.
Refit. Yeah. I think I've been watching what's his name, Brad Hare, do a couple of them.
That's the B2. That's the Batwing one.
Okay. Okay. I'll be back in a second, guys.
Okay.
I just got to get some more water.
Yep.
So I might be.
Yeah, not only did Kenny buy one of these, he bought two of them and sent me one.
Start of a buddy bulb.
Yeah. Mindless model work, Kenny May.
Yeah. It's something. It always appeals to me in one sense, but then in another sense, sort of you're committed to try and build at the same speed as the other person. And as you know, with me, it's just I just can't predict when I'm going to have a half an hour here or an hour there. So
I look at it as being able to bounce ideas off of each other as you're going.
That's true. Yeah. There's someone building Deep Space Nine at the minute. Oh sugar. Donuts in Space.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm watching that because I have one of those, but he's actually scaring me off it at the minute because of the amount of grief he's having. But it is a hard one to light. And that is a big box. That's akin to a Hasbro box. So.
Yeah, it's about the same size.
But you were saying you don't know what you're going to do with it when you build it?
Probably take it down and display it for a while at the local library.
Right. Very good. Yeah.
And then after that, who knows?
That's my plan with that. Hi, Wayne. That's my hope. Good evening. That's what I hope to do with one of those the ship, the Flyer class Corvette. It's just too big for me to display, so I'm hoping that the local maritime museum would be interested in it. But we'll see what happens. Early days. There's a lot to do on it yet, so.
Or if not there, the local hobby shop, they have tons of models they hang up in on shelving and stuff to show completed work.
So, something I don't have, unfortunately. I wish I did.
Well, we've only got one left.
Yeah, I mean, I was visiting my daughter the weekend. I'd hoped Newcastle's quite a big city, but there's nothing. There's not even a. Sometimes you'll find that there won't be a model shop as such, but there may be a train, specialist or something. But there's nothing at all now. They've just all closed. Very sad, but.
Well, mine is Mark Twain Hobby, and they're about 50% RC, and then 25% train, and then 25% everything else.
Yeah, at least
they have an internet presence. That's what keeps them going, I guess.
Ah, right. That's a good point. Yeah, and then their prices probably are a little bit keener as a result too. But
Sometimes it depends.
yeah,
So like that Phantom I got for $10 cheaper at the Hobby Lobby than I did from the Mark Twain.
yeah, yeah. If I even had that option of a big chain store that sold models, but we don't even have that. There's a Toys R Us, I beg your pardon, about 800 yards from here, but they don't do. In the UK, they sell no kits at all. There's no interest in it. They don't stock them, so things have changed.
Oh, Hobby Lobby normally has
I think
one short
apart,
aisle. One side is your paints and supplies, and the other side has 50 or 100 model kits, mostly cars.
right. Right.
And I just
I think
happened to look down and see that thing sitting there.
yeah. I think Wayne must be the youngest modeler, apart from Alex from Chris and Alex Modeling. I think that we know.
Could be.
Well, I order my stuff over online or go to these big military events because they always got people selling kits and but sometimes the kits can be really expensive for what they're going online. So
Yeah.
like last year when I was at Tank Fest, they had one of the new Russian project tanks. I can't remember.
Hey, Wayne.
Hello, Keith.
Get it out again.
Yeah, so if you shop online, you get better deals. That's why I go through
It's
email.
your man.
Oh my God,
I can't even get the whole thing in the camera.
that's a beast.
Rock Pop, one blackjack.
All the
Good God.
you managed to survive all the motorcycles, Randall.
That's a nice one, Bob. Did you get that one for your birthday, or?
That's the middle third of the fuselage.
Yeah. Wicked. That's huge. You need a spray gun for that, Bob.
And there's the wings.
Oh, huge. Awesome.
Do you build that and then you fly it?
And there's the cockpit canopy right there.
Wow.
Monster. Now I know I ordered a set of metal landing gear for it.
Yeah, spray waves probably. Yeah.
Engines into that thing and make it fly?
I'm surprised that's never been done very often, Randall. I mean, a lot of kits are, large enough. You think someone could stick a couple of engines or an engine in and try something? Perhaps it's the weight would be the issue, but yeah.
Certainly something like an Estes rocket engine would make it fly.
Yes, that's straight up. Yes.
In my youth at ME-111 did that one time.
We've all done that one, I think. Yeah.
We got into these things.
And that was it.
An STC motor had for a bomb load, and I never did find it. I found a few parts, but I never found the whole thing.
It's like,
You've got to do that at least once.
people are finding drones all the time now, because the drone goes off and it decides to go off by itself and then eventually lands without power, but people are finding them and trying to return them to their owners.
We should install an address.
Well, very good, because that's what I did fly radio control at one stage, and that was standard procedure. You put your name on the inside somewhere. That just makes so much sense. But
Depends where to find it, though, isn't it?
sorry, Wayne. It depends.
into where to find the drone. If it's on a piece of MOD property, some people in sense of humour turn up.
Yes, that's true. Yes, exactly. That could be a problem. But then, that's why they're banned now in Japan and all the cities because someone landed one on the Ministry of Defense or something. So, I was asking Randall, how you survived the Northwest 200 then?
Oh yeah.
So,
Managed to get that okay.
I hope my comment on Facebook wasn't too insulting.
I just couldn't I couldn't figure out what it was. At first
I thought I'd been on the drink or something. No,
yeah,
it was
I thought it was those Hollywood air kisses,
Yes. Wow. No, this was what we're talking about here is there's a big motorcycle event here happens every May in Northern Ireland, and Randall lives right in the middle of it, so it's a road race. It happens on normal public roads, so it's quite scary, I think, with the speeds that they attain. What do they get up to? 160 or something?
Speed recorded somewhere in the track by one of those speed trap camera thingies was 202 miles per hour.
Whoa!
I'll stick to walking, I think.
Speed for something that's just got two wheels, which is about too few for me, if you know what I mean.
Yes. I only ever tried a motorbike once, and once was enough.
I never progressed any further than a bicycle, and that was at best.
Oh, I'm terrible on a bike, so there you go. Well, so what are we at? Are we building anything, or are we?
Still tinkering away at the. Oh heck! Something says unfortunately I just stopped. I'm still working away at the Typhoon building bits and pieces.
Yeah.
And I seem to be onto a Hawker thing. I'm also working on a 1/72nd scale Hurricane.
You haven't seen the new Airfix one yet? No, it's getting great reviews. The 1/48th one.
I've been looking for it and I can't find it.
I was in the only models I saw over in Newcastle was in the Metro Centre, which is that ridiculous biggest shopping centre in Europe. Now it doesn't have a model shop, that's typical, but it has a WH Smith with a model zone. And I thought, oh, perhaps they'll have it. They had about 8 Airfix kits. It's obvious that the model zone may have transferred into them as a franchise, but they don't care.
No.
They're not supporting it at all. But I do see good reviews of it, but just getting a hold of one. And then if you see these little the stands that they have that they put Airfix kits on sometimes in a museums or something, they don't do a 1/48 scale in them. It's always a 1/72nd scale or a mini or something like that. It'll always be things that aren't.
The 1/72 scale probably sells better in the likes of New
Yes. Yeah. I wonder how well they do sell, but.
As part of these gift packages where you get a wee thing of glue, brush, a couple of paints.
There will probably be loads of them sold over the next couple of weeks for Father's Day. And then they'll sit somewhere and never be built.
If you can just hang on a second, I'm getting something here. It says unfortunately Hangouts has stopped. I can hear you all okay, but I can't see any of you. So
oh yeah, go ahead. Sure. Pop out.
And then back in again.
Yeah, your picture's frozen, Randall.
Yes. He's on a little tablet, and it works sometimes, and other times it doesn't. I wasn't seeing your picture at all, Bob, when you were showing the aircraft, so I hope it's... but Keith, you were seeing it? Okay.
It's huge!
Yeah, and same. Wayne's picture's updating, but neither Bob or Keith, neither your two pictures are updating at my end, but that's... Google strikes again.
Yeah, your comments are just fine.
Yeah. I'm actually thinking of getting a different...
You get everything with Randall. He's locked up on. All I can see is his avatar.
Oh, I think he's gone now, or perhaps whatever. I'm thinking of changing this webcam. It's not a bad webcam, but it's a fixed focus. That means if you're trying to show something up close, it just goes like that. It just goes completely blurred. So I'm thinking there's an offer on an Amazon at the minute here for one, so I might change to a better camera. One of the reasons I've thought about doing a few little videos on things too, but I haven't bothered. Any of you come across this stuff?
Clever Putty.
It's Silly Putty.
Yeah.
Clever Putty, Silly Putty, Thinking Putty.
Americans sold for doing camouflage and it's basically the same idea as using the blue tack idea, but this
like
it's like say,
can you see
Panzer Putty? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
not
Putty.
But the Panzer Putty's a crazy price, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why I use that that Jay's masking stuff.
Well, this stuff here's on eBay. You get 2 packets for £6 on eBay.
Yeah, but it's really good. It's really clean lines though.
Yeah, and this is just so strange the way it behaves. It behaves like it's like a solid, and then it'll change into a fluid, and then it'll actually bounce. It's really strange stuff. It's just saying, Randall, if you come across that.
Come across what? Oh, hang on. Can you hold it a wee bit over?
It's the same idea. It's like
He's locked up.
You're frozen. But
it's called Clever Putty, Randall. And as Wayne said, that there's pans of putty, there's all sorts of different types of putties, and it really comes down to that it's silly putty. That's pretty much what it is. Different coloured silly putty.
Yeah.
And it's great. I tried every masking material known to man, you name it, for my figures, and they had mixed results. Whereas the silly putty, it is awesome. You can sculpt it. It stays there. It doesn't leave any residue behind. It does any shape you like, basically. Really good stuff. I would highly recommend it. Whether you buy it as Clever Putty or Silly Putty or whatever.
I've used that Humble Mascot, and I don't fancy that at all. I've used it once, but I was like leaves a little overlay of paint where you take it off.
Yeah. That stuff, yeah.
When I did that Sherman 105, I took a bit of chunks out of the white camouflage. You leave it up, you put it on, it dries, and then you take it off. You got like bits to buff out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Used
bubble.
I had a problem of I did this one masking on a figure, and I'd done all of the red or the blue, whichever one it was, and I came back and I did blue, and all the way along the line, the paint stuck to this rubber latex stuff I got, and when I took the rubber latex off, and this was like a day later or so, the paint had plenty of time to dry, the paint that was actually on the mask skull, it shattered into a billion pieces on the mask skull itself, and it settled back down onto the paint job. And I thought it'd just come straight off, but no, it stuck to the other paintwork, and it was like it completely ruined it. And I just went, nah, I'm not using that again, because that was, I spent such a long time on that figure, and I was extremely disappointed with it. Whereas when I used Silly Putty, no, it just the paint doesn't shatter, it doesn't come off. It basically stays on the Silly Putty, and you just keep on reusing it. It just mix it around, and I mean, I suppose there comes a point where it's got so much paint in the Silly Putty that it becomes unusable. But it's really good stuff. I love it.
I use blue tack. in a similar way. You know, rolls of blue tack laid down and then masked you get the same effect. With,
Yeah.
sort of like
Yeah, no, I find blue tack's good, but I get a residue from blue tack, and it can also leave deposits in deep areas that you can't get out. I mean, on a flat surface, I'd say blue tack would be fine, but I also find blue tack actually does leave a residue, whereas
haven't had
it
much,
doesn't.
haven't had much problem with blue tack, but I've had problems with like that when I've had to use the white tack.
Oh, what's that?
Someone's causing awfully bad feedback there for some reason.
It's like blue tack, but it's if anything, it's even stickier. And the one time I used it, it's just trying to pick off bits of white tack off the surface of the model. You know, get the sandpaper out and sand first, and then restart again. But I did eventually, but it was a lot more work than the blue tack.
I think Randall, I had to mute you there. I think the problem is some reason your system's feeding back. Let me just unmute you again to see if it helps.
Unless you've got a Morris dancer next to him.
Aye, yes. How's that now? You okay now?
Oh, I've got some news. My hobby may be helping me in my job soon.
Oh, right. What?
You know, in every British seaside town, most of them have like a small model village or something like that.
Yeah.
So I may be helping down there, keep that maintained from once a week or something like that.
Oh, so yeah. You're gonna go sort of what would that be, about 1/12 scale or something?
Roughly about G scale locomotives. That would be because they got a G scale locomotive running through the park.
Very good.
So
yeah.
So
excellent.
I'm going down tomorrow to find out all the details about it because they want to show everyone what to do. But so that should be good.
Well, I mean, you obviously have the knowledge. I mean, I hope they understand that and can see it. Do you think, is anyone else in for the job, or is it just yourself?
It's just like I think it'd be more like just keeping the gardens tidy, keeping everything clean, tidy. Basically, I think there's going to be general personnel for repairs and stuff. I think I'll be there just like an extra pair of hands for doing like small detail work.
Do I see a man in a new man cave?
Oh, not like I'm dusting off. That's a 116 Tiger.
Oh my God! Right, okay.
But I've seen the reviews for that 116 Mark IV Panzer, which is from Trumpeter. Oh my God, that's big.
Big price too.
The King Tiger's bigger, even bigger than Box. International Scale Model did a review on it.
Yeah, and everyone wants one now. I saw that. Yes. Paul did a review. Paul Bretland. Yeah. Andy, have you moved into your house?
Nearly.
I can hold on. I see a wall anyhow. So. And is it a roof I see?
That's the roof.
That's the roof. Oh well.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of still building it, but it's getting there.
Why did you not get a bigger one?
Well, it's big enough.
I know.
I've only got little lamps.
Yeah.
Till I get the electric put in.
That's the problem I have. I wish I could get a hold of standard fluorescent tubing. It's getting impossible to buy it here now. You can't get it, and they're not letting you sell it anymore. So
yeah. I think I found the ceiling lights I want and that, and then some little spots for in front of my desk, like where my workbench can be. But yeah, there are the fittings are fine. It's the actual bulbs. They're like hen's teeth.
Yeah.
Found a great another use for kitchen foil.
Oh, you insulating?
Loads of foil. I've got a load of bubble wrap arriving and some foam boards, so it's cheaper buying it separately and making it yourself than buying a pre-pack. So
I'm glad you're at that stage anyhow of getting a bit of movement going on in the place. So
got wires in place, bit by bit.
That's what it's all about. One step and a long journey. But once you're fully set out, the biggest problem you may have is the winter time, just being able to use it. I know. Ram, you haven't come across Aidan Quinn, no? Doesn't hear me. Oh. Signal's not great tonight at all, Andy. I'm asking questions and quite often people aren't replying, I think, because they're not hearing me. But
yeah.
And, seems pretty clear. The signal's all right with my end.
Right. Yeah.
Your sound,
just...
your sound and visuals are clear.
Yeah. Oh, that's just because I'm wearing the old microphone, which I try and do always because it seems to help. But so what's are you going to get standard? What do you call it? This stuff that's in front of me. Worktop board, just a standard kitchen worktop, or what are you going to do?
A little while ago, well, about 6 months ago, before I stopped building for a bit, Tag Gray put on a picture of a workbench he was building in his workshop, and I'm going for a similar design to that. So it's not got legs; it just has like an A-frame that meets at the bottom, like the skirting board, and comes up at an angle. Because your legs get caught in things, and it's like that bench from Argus is fantastic, the one I have over here, but it gets in the way of the bottom part of it. It's strange. Yeah,
you think it would be perfect.
You think it'll make a lovely footrest, but it doesn't.
It doesn't. No, great for standing, working at it. I have a stool. I have a bar stool. Sitting on a bar stool, it's perfect, but sitting on a chair, it's horrible. Hi, Carmen.
Evening.
Hey, Carmen.
How's it going?
Good, man. Yourself?
Talked to my iPhone and painkillers, but aside from that.
Oh dear, oh dear. You always start off with that same conversation. Oh well, but oh dear, I am. I was watching Jack's Hangout too, and it was saying, "Hey, Carmen." Oh. So.
The worst thing about that was the fact that what I done. Right? I got up in the middle of the night to go to the toilet. I went back to bed. It was just come up to 1:45. So I crouched down to flop onto my bed, and as I flopped, I felt my back go.
Oh dear.
And then I couldn't sleep then, so I was up for the rest of the night. I'd taken painkillers and everything, and I was lying on my lounge floor, just staring at the light bulb. My phone started ringing. Now my phone is on a really low table, so I thought I'm not going to bend to answer that phone now. What I'll do, I'll crouch down and I'll pick up the phone and I'll answer it. And I crouched down, I picked up the phone, and as I stood up, I pulled a muscle in my left leg.
Sorry.
And it was my mother, and she answered the phone to the sounds of abuse. And I wouldn't mind so much, but I pulled the same muscle again last night.
Oh dear.
So
you just hate it when your back goes out and something else goes out and something else goes out, and you just going, I'm a wreck. I'm a complete wreck.
The worst part was both my sisters knew about it, and both of them didn't offer me any sympathy at all. They just laughed.
Oh, that's no. I have had a bad back. Not as bad as sounds yours is, but I have had a bad back. So you get all the sympathy in the world from me. It's not pleasant.
No, it's not. But I mean, the thing is, like my back injuries, my list of back injuries goes back to about 10 years. So, you know, I know it. You know, a couple of days time, it'll be fine. You know, I might get up tomorrow. It might be pretty good tomorrow.
It's
But
avoiding
you know,
the spasms. Yeah, the spasms set off a chain reaction, and then you end up with
Yeah, but I mean, I went through 6 weeks of physiotherapy from a large New Zealand bloke named Silver Tonongo. And I'm pretty sure that the guy wasn't a physiotherapist, but the front row for the All Blacks. Because he was going, does it hurt when I do this? Yes. How far can you go? Not that far. Bend this way. No, I can't.
It's a National Health Service. You're getting it for free. Don't complain.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's a free service.
Oh dear, oh dear.
So as we like to call it, the free torture service.
Oh.
Yeah.
But, you know, yeah, I got a bit down on the shuttle now.
It's looking well. What are you using for reference material?
The Galileo 7.
Oh, have you got the? Yeah, I know that, but I mean, as the book or a plan or?
Well, no, because I had to draw up a new set of plans for it because it has to fit the AMT model.
Ah, right, okay.
There's no point in looking at anybody else's plans. There's just no point.
Yeah. You've never seen? Have you ever seen the book, The Making of Star Trek? Which was written at the time.
No.
By I actually funny. I had an old copy and I got a new copy. Well, not a new copy, a second-hand copy yesterday in Newcastle in the Oxfam bookshop. But yeah. It's The Making of Star Trek. It's basically it was a book that was written at the time about the whole production process and what was involved and how many people were involved, and it was a very strange book for the time. 1968 it came out, but it has a few plans of the shuttle in it.
Yeah.
I don't know, you know, if I can. What I'll probably do tomorrow, I'll scan them tomorrow if they're any use to you. But I think you've progressed so much anyway. You probably are way ahead of anything that's in that. But
yeah, well, I've got a feeling the shuttle's going to be finished by. I'm going to try to get it done by Wednesday. So.
Are you sending it to Jamie then? Is that the idea? Is that
yeah. I'll get it all done and buttoned up and everything, and then I'll put it in a box filled with peanuts and bubble wrap and send it to him.
Or have you done the full shuttle? I thought you were just doing the interior.
Just the interior.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, right. Yeah. That's what.
I'll get the interior all done and sealed up and everything, and then all he's got to do then is drop it in the model and wire it to a battery.
What'd you say? Drop it on the floor?
He can, yeah. But once he's got it, it's his. Like, you know, I'm taking all the photographs I can. Once he's got it, he can do what he likes with it.
Yeah, so long as he doesn't sit on it or stand on it or his usual story. He's had so many disasters with stuff, so hopefully he can avoid that one.
Well, like I said, once he got it, it's his. So.
Yeah. If the postman hands it over and it's still in one piece, that's all that matters.
Well, I've got a load of model building material coming this week now, so I've got a load of stuff that I'm going to be using now to carry on with future projects. So,
right. Is this a hint of something to come, or are you just saying it's just material?
No. This is going to be something that's I'm going to start. If I can get the shuttle done this week, if I can get the shuttle done by Wednesday, I'll be starting it Wednesday.
Has Matt inspired you? Is that what it is?
No. It's something I've been talking about doing for a while. And here's a 1-to-1 scale printout.
I'm not seeing your picture. Right, hold on. See, I'm trying to present it here. I can't see your picture at my end for some reason. Don't know why.
Can everybody else see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone can see it but me. Yes, thank you.
So that's as big as one of the panels is going to be.
Right. Anyone guess? Since I can't see it, anyone else guess what it is?
That's going to be huge.
Yeah.
Control panel, that's all I can tell you.
Wait, that was there and gone again. Sugar.
It's not sugar.
No, I'm saying sugar rather than something else.
There's no tin line on this or silver spoon.
Karen, is it something to do with Doctor Who?
It is just something to do with Doctor Who, yes.
Right, okay. So there you go.
Oh, I know it is. It's the control panel from the TARDIS.
It is.
Yep.
Are you going for a 1-to-1 then?
5? Is it 4 or 5 sided?
Pardon?
How many sides to the TARDIS, to those consoles? Is there 4, 5, 6? Right. Okay,
Yeah.
that's going to be mad.
It's going to be, I believe it's going to be, the actual console is going to be 1.5 feet across.
Right.
That's going to be big.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be 1.5 feet across and about 14 inches tall. When the Time Lord is at full extension.
So
Wow.
which TARDIS, which Doctor's TARDIS is that then?
Right. No, this is difficult because it's the Sylvester McCoy, Colin Baker, Peter Davison one.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Just a time period. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the technically it's the Mark V, but it's more like the Mark 7.
Right. Okay. Oh, you see, I'm a Mark 1 man. I'm a Patrick Troughton Doctor Who fan. You see, that's the thing.
You see, now I'm a Patrick Troughton fan as well, but the console I wanted was the 80s one because it's the one I fell in love with when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know,
trying to
Tom Baker
unmute.
one as well?
you know what?
Is that the Tom Baker one as well?
No, the Tom Baker one was the Mark III. The Tom Baker technically had the Mark III and the 3.5, which was the wooden one as well.
Right.
Sorry, Randall. I'm trying to unmute you and it won't let me for some reason. If you bear with me a second, I'm sure I can fix something here. Hold on.
He's
Sorry
gotta
about
do it
this.
himself.
You should be able to do it yourself. Yeah. Have you not got an unmute button?
Has he got a microphone plugged in? It won't let him do it if his microphone's not plugged in.
How's that?
There. That's you now. Yep. Okay.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
I muted myself. Typical.
Right. Is it
Try to-
Forrester?
To Carwin, with all his work that he's doing with the shuttle interior for the poor old ANT kit,
Mm-hmm.
what's the as soon as you've got it done and shipped off to Jamie, Polar Lights will come out with a new 1/35th scale, all singing, all dancing kit.
They can. I don't care. I've said that later on this year maybe I'll do a 2-foot run.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nice.
that's a maybe, but it's what Jamie wanted, and that's what he's getting. So I do what the customer wants.
I haven't seen him about for a couple of weeks. He hasn't been on much, or is that my imagination?
He works nights, doesn't he?
Yeah, but usually it's about usually it pops in to say I'm just about to start my shift or something. So
Yeah.
He was up late last night, so he probably slept in.
Right.
I slept in. I finished our hangout last night. I went to bed straight away. I woke up at 11:30.
Wish I could have done that.
Well, that'd have been a bit awkward, me rolling over and you being there.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, I know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying I wouldn't have cuddled with
Oh, you're quick too. You're quick.
her. Oh, that's it. Oh.
I was going to say, is that a personal build or is it another project for someone? Caravan?
He's
He's done a runner.
He's done a runner. My God, I asked him the wrong question and he's run off. So, what's the timescale with the Typhoon then, Rand? Do you think it's going to be another 6 months or?
Nobody wants to talk to you this morning.
Randall
Randall, they're dropping like flies. Oh dear, oh dear. No, once I finish this thing, it's a decision. Then play will. Funny when you see it like that, it looks a bit like an A10 tank buster. Sometimes it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, God, I've never seen a biplane where the lower wing was the free floating one.
Yeah. It's a strange one. You can see how big a gap there was as well. And I was saying last week, sorry, it's upside down. No, I was right the first time. I was saying last week the pilot was 18 foot off the ground in an open cockpit, and apparently it took a great deal of skill to take off and land because you couldn't see the distance from the ground. You couldn't judge how far up the ground was away. So. Oh, yeah! Randall's back. Ow!
I don't know for how long though, but I'm back.
That's okay. Now, it's worse. I've got earphones in. I'm now deaf. I'm now deaf in one ear. Oh well.
Do you have noise cancelling software?
Oh dear, oh dear. What's the engine of? Oh, oh, I saw a steam train on Saturday.
Did you?
Yes, the Galatea.
That's the one that came to Skegness last
Yeah,
year.
it was. I think it was supposed to be the Flying Scotsman. Someone said, and it replaced it at last minute. It was. I don't know where it was at the Metro Centre at Newcastle. We just got off a train and everyone was standing with cameras and video cameras, and I thought, is a celebrity coming or something? And the guy said, no, it's a steam train. So we all waited then to see the steam train. It is impressive, but they are alive. There's no question. Proper train, none of the stupid diesel rubbish or electric. It's a strange name, Galatea. It's a very sci-fi name, I thought.
It's like Gallifrey, doesn't it?
Well, Galatea was the robot, the female robot in Bicentennial Man.
Oh, there you go.
I see. That's an idea of my silly, rubbishy knowledge. This head full of holes. It's also, I think it's a Greek reference. I'm not sure, but I was surprised when I saw the name of a steam train, Galatea. It's just very futuristic. Anyone going to see Tomorrowland when it comes out? No.
Not really.
That's Caravan. I'm disappointed now.
Well, you see, I understand their logic for doing what they're doing. You know, Disney they had a bit of success with Pirates of the Caribbean, and now they've taken another Disney ride to make into a film. But if you're not big into Disneyland, who the shit wants to see it?
It's not Disneyland. It's the whole idea again of.
Well, yeah, they're taking all right. They're taking the Tomorrowland ride, haven't they? And made it into a film.
Yeah, but it's the premise of who is it? It's Tesla. I can't think of the three scientists now. The three scientists are supposed to have gotten together in 1895 or something, and then planned a future that was controlled by scientists. That seems to be the premise for the storyline, but I don't know. You know.
I'm going to wait and see what the reviews are like, because I still haven't seen Fury Road yet, so everybody's raving about that.
Right.
I haven't even gone to the Avengers yet.
Oh, yeah. You see, Avengers is a good film. It's a really enjoyable film, but it's I wouldn't have said it's better than the first one. I would have said it's on par with the first one.
Mm.
You know, I wouldn't have said it's better. I wouldn't have said it's worse. But yeah, the new Mad Max is getting all sorts of brilliant reviews. I think it's got a 9.2 out of 10.
I was never totally bananas about the original one either, so I don't know whether I would enjoy
Well,
it.
I mean, come on, the original three decayed, didn't they? Let's be honest. By the time you got to the fact that the bad guy was Tina Turner, it was like, okay, you've gone a bit far.
Yes, true enough. True enough.
You know. But the new one's supposed to be incredible.
Yeah.
Because Mad Max it's Mad Max now is the sort of the world. It's not really about the character.
Yeah.
So it's yeah, but I've heard nothing but great things about it.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen the Avengers either. I mean, I meant to go to that, but my wife's not interested. So,
look, Age of Ultron has got some brilliant moments in it. I mean, it's got some really beautiful shots in it. It's got some really wonderful stuff in it. Like I said, it's not better than the first one, but it's just not worse than the first one either.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, it is.
One ahead of you there, Liam. My wife actually wants to go to see Avengers.
I'd say my wife, Karen, will watch the odd sci-fi movie, but she's not. She might go to Tomorrowland, for example. Maybe that's because George Clooney's in it, but she would not go to see. And she'll go to if there's a new Star Trek movie, she'll always go with me to see it. But she's just not a sci-fi fan at all. So, what can you do? What can you do?
That's it.
Explain to her that Avengers and superheroes are not science fiction.
Well, was Kathy always? What was just Kathy just in this one, or is it just generally she go to Vandal?
Well, it's since the Thor movies actually, and a certain.
Oh, Loki, yes, I know. She's had the hots for Loki ever since. I know. That's what she's hoping there's another Loki type character in it, but his part was edited out. There was rumor he was to be on this one, but then it's.
I think what they're doing is that they're saving it because they've got a lot of they're going to do the Civil War. And then they're gonna do the Infinity War as well. So there's so much in it, and I mean that's what's great about the Marvel movies is that they've thought about it and they're willing to sit back and go, wait a minute, that's too much. Let's take something out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
They've got it planned out for so long in advance too.
They've got another 12 movies planned?
Yeah.
Up till 2028.
Basically.
Yeah, that's what they said about putting Loki into the latest one. It was just too much happening, and
yeah.
I think originally Loki was supposed to appear at the wee bit at the end. After what to do, but they didn't do it this time. They just
is there anything at the end of this one, or is there nothing?
There is just after the credits, but there's not right at the end. There's nothing right at the end.
Right, okay. Because I know, I mean, the last time we sat through, what was the last movie? The Guardians of the Galaxy. Sat all the way to the very end, and who'd to bring out that stupid duck?
Yeah, but they done that just for fun. They done that. It wasn't for anything. It wasn't to like sort of go, oh, okay, this is what's coming next.
Yeah.
What's wrong with Hal?
I think that was Marvel having fun at its fans.
Yeah, that's just. They can though. I mean, they've got the room too. They've got plenty of things that they can do, and they've got plenty of things that they can just do for fun. You know, and I mean.
What's wrong with Hal the Duck? What's wrong with Hal the Duck? He's great.
Yeah, but I mean, you can do a lot. But I mean, I think what they were hoping for. I think the reason why there's nothing at the end was because they left it too late for the big announcement, which was obviously going to be Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So I think that's what happened. I don't generally know, but it does seem that's what is logically gonna happen.
Is this going to be yet another version of Spider-Man, or is it going to be the?
No, it's going to be a new Spider-Man again.
I hope they don't go with another origin story.
Well, no, they're not. They said that they're not doing that. Yeah, what they said is that. Oh, somebody's up loud.
Hi, Dean.
They're going to be recasting. It's Dean, isn't it?
It's Dean, yes. Dean, there's a awfully bad feedback for some reason. I don't know if you're on. Are you watching on YouTube at the same time? We can hear you, yeah.
I'm using my phone. Let me switch to another device.
Okay.
But yeah, what they said with Spider-Man is that they're going to be rebooting it with a younger star, and then they're going to totally ignore the origin story. So they're going to totally blank the origin story, similar to what they did with Incredible Hulk, whereby the origin will sort of be done in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And so yeah, they're going to totally blank that and just get on with it, because apparently he's going to be in Civil War.
Okay.
The favourite, who was in the Zone of the Enders movie, wasn't it?
But the yeah, I think it's good, because what's technically happened is that the head of Sony resigned, and she done a good job. But after all the leaks and everything that Sony had, and the fact that the company is essentially crumbling, they didn't really have a choice. I think Marvel had them bent over a barrel, and it was just like, give us Spider-Man and we'll help you out.
How's Dean?
Is that better now?
Yeah, we're not feeding back as much yet.
You're not what?
We're not feeding back.
But you can hear me okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I'm late as usual.
Long time no see.
Yeah, I know, I've been busy, haven't I?
Just an old Klingon bird of prey.
Yeah. Bits of it all over the place.
You need to.
You're cutting out there, Ian.
The hangouts are not what they once were. We seem to have issues every time we try and do one now.
Yeah.
I think it's probably because Google's getting so much traffic.
Yeah.
That they haven't updated any of their nodes or anything like that, so it's getting more popular, and so therefore, because they haven't upgraded their hardware and software.
I reckon it's because it has to go all the way to Tasmania and back again. That's what it is.
Getting tired.
So is the
It's a long trip. It's a long trip.
The Bird of Prey the only project at the minute then?
The sub-assembly's done. There's the cockpit.
Good God.
Most of the sub-assemblies are done. I just got to start actually putting it on the frame, but I'm trying to put that off because once I get the frame in my workshop, it's big and it takes up a lot of room. So like I said, doing a bit of it, and then I'll stick it all together eventually.
Well, will you not have to be in a different room and work through the door?
Yeah. Start this night.
Oh, very nice.
This is what I did last night for a bit of a rest.
Oliver Reed, yeah.
That's the one.
Nice. That was a good hammer one, yeah.
And I've been trying to get my new airbrush. Wow, look at that.
Oh, what do you call them? The American one. Yeah. What do you think?
This was.
Do you like it?
It's good actually. It's brand new. The receipt for eBay. The receipt for it was still in the box. 260 quid.
Yeah.
£40.
Yeah. I know someone uses them and he swears by them, but they are quite different the way they work.
Yeah, I was using it the other night, and to be honest, I thought it was easier because I've got two others. By the time you clean these and change the cups and all that,
Yeah.
you know, that has to spray and not read in like 10 minutes. In another 10 minutes, it was clean back in the box.
Yeah. You don't hear as much mention of them. They used to be a big company in airbrush terms, but I don't see them mentioned as much in this part of the world. But
I was wanting to came out because they was meant to be the dog's product, but they were too dear.
yeah.
I waited this one.
Yeah.
So are you working on
Sorry, I'm just going to stop the broadcast because I think part of the issue tonight may be the fact that this has been broadcast at the same time. But sure, just bear with me a moment.